I should have made this video a long time ago, but to be honest with you, as much faith as I had in myself and confidence I had in myself based off of my prior experiences, I didn't know how to be able to give you the right message so that you would leave this video encouraged and believing more in yourself than when you started the video. 3.5 years ago, I started doing videos on YouTube after warning people and trying to help people grow their wealth, build wealth, become wealthy, and then be able to do amazing, fun stuff with that wealth. Fell on deaf ears ever since the year 2001. Really, I hit the ground running, trying to help people financially and warn people back in 2010. All of those warnings fell on deaf ears, but 3.5 years ago, I started putting that message out to the world and it exploded. And I've wanted to make this video on this one specific topic for a year, but now I feel I can actually do it. And I hope I can convey enough truth and hope and some information into you today to where you will walk away more fired up and more excited than you've ever been. You see, 3.5 years ago, not only was I warning about doom and gloom and crazy stuff that was coming on the earth that are already here right now, they're happening right now. I told you that the greatest opportunity of your life to level up, become the success that you've always wanted to, but you just don't see it possible, is coming, but you have to get ready for it. And part of that plan is being able to sit on the sidelines, sitting on your hands, which is one of the hardest things most people can do, and be patient. You know, so many people do not understand that there's a gap between your current reality and your dreams. How many of you have had dreams of becoming a millionaire or a multimillionaire or being so successful that you could do anything you ever wanted whenever you want? I believe that 95% of us at least have that dream, those dreams, and most of us are afraid to shoot for them. But the reason why we're afraid is because the easiest way to get there is right in front of us, but we never take the time to prepare it and take advantage of it, and that is a plan. A plan, and not just something in your mind, a pie in the sky plan, but a written plan is the only thing. It is the only thing keeping you from success. A year ago, I didn't have the confidence to come to you that I have now. Because a year ago, I set out to start teaching people how to make a plan, to build a plan, and I put before them a plan on how to get ready for this real estate crash. And now I get to see the fruit of that labor because I get to speak to my students. I just got off of a call where I spoke with 20 students, and to hear people that not only wanted to buy real estate and own rentals and, you know, build lots of cash flow, and they were getting ready for this, but people that just want to buy their own home, just their own home that they never believed. And after taking the course, they sat up and they told me, I've never believed that I could do it, and now I believe. And the only thing separating them was a little bit of motivation and a plan. That course went out 12 months ago, almost to the week. And many things that I warned about were coming are already taking place right now. The banking sector, loans getting tight, inventory getting super tight, rates going up. And so my students get the opportunity to see this come to fruition and go, oh my gosh, now the plan's coming together. Now we see why we're doing things a certain way. You know, when I set out to be wealthy, and wealth is definitely a weird measurement because wealth is different to all of us. And to me, wealth is defined as being able to do almost anything I want whenever I want, right? Have I achieved that yet? No. Still a firefighter. But I also enjoy being a firefighter. I enjoy helping people become wealthy. I also enjoy helping people when they're in need. And I haven't outgrown that yet. But when I started, I wanted to make $1 million a year. And do you know how I did it? I know it sounds crazy. It's the stupidest, most simplest thing ever, but none of us ever do it, is I got out the calculator. I said, if I want to make $1 million a year, how much do I have to make each day? Well, if you do the math, $1 million divided by 365 days comes out to $2,739 a month. That's all you got to make. It's $2,700 a day. Well, that's a lot of money. So then I had to break it down even more. I said, well, then how much do I have to make each day to make $2,700 in a month? And that was, the answer was $91. I said, I can do that. I can go make $91 on the side. I started making $91. Then I got to that $2,700 a month. And I said, now I just got to figure out how to double my income, double what I'm doing. And I figured out how to double it. And then I figured out how to 10x it. Point being is I've been doing this for a long time. And there are two things that always kept me from being successful. And then in turn, when I figured it out and started doing it, they made me successful. One is having a written plan. Secondly is having people around you that build you up or encourage you to be greater than you already are. Those two things are so simple to do, but yet it's the two things that none of us really ever do. We have to write down a plan and execute. And then once you've executed and you've achieved those goals, move on to a bigger plan. And then we have to be around people that are either successful or encouraging. Those two things are what are keeping you from the greatest opportunity that is happening right now, but really will come into full fruition. It will come into total clarity for you within the next year to 2 years. That opportunity as the economy is collapsing and you being able to buy up assets. The only question is, are you going to be ready for it? Now, this isn't an advertisement to sell my course. You don't have to be successful by buying someone's course. All I've done is build a plan based off of my experience. But you do need to write your own plan. You do need to hang out with people that are more successful in so many different ways, not just financially, but emotionally. I think that what we need to do is we need to bridge the gap between your dreams and real reality. How many of you, do me a favor, type what your ultimate goal is. What is your ultimate goal in income, or your ultimate goal that would make you happy? What would bring you joy? And I ask you to write this because it's very important, because so few of us write things down. You know, I'm taking notes on how to be better at what I'm doing in life. I read these self-help books all the time. I wish I could hang out with the authors, but the authors are just too darn busy, you know? Because I've learned that if I could glean, if I could just spend an hour with someone, a half an hour, 20 minutes with someone and listen to someone that's more successful than I am in a certain aspect of life that I really want to work on, 10 or 15 minutes with them will save me so much time and so much money. And that's what we need. But you don't know what you don't know until you know it. So how do you start to realize more and more? Well, you start to get the junk out of your life. You start to clear out the stressors and the frustration. A lot of that is toxic relationships. Doesn't mean you have to disown your friends or family, but you definitely need to put some healthy boundaries between you and them. And you need to focus on what drives you, what makes you happy. You see, money isn't the answer to all your problems. It helps a lot of them, I'll tell you that much. But if you're a jerk now and you're poor, you're going to be a bigger jerk when you're rich. If you're a good person and you like to do good things for people, you'll be able to do more of that with more money. It just amplifies who you already are. But the thing is, quite frankly, I know that 99.99% of the people watching this video are good people. How do I know that? You may ask yourself that. Well, I don't dress fancy. I got weird, freaky hair. I don't have fancy edits. You're not here because you think you can, I'm just some like awesome dude. I'm just normal. And I think it takes a really special person to be able to learn and listen from someone that's just normal. See, a lot of the world chases after people because of how they look, what they wear, how they talk. But very few people can get the gems from the people that don't show off. Matter of fact, on purpose, I've made some of the most goofiest videos in the world trying to weed out the people that would just want to use and abuse information and then go and take that information for nefarious reasons, for nefarious gains. I want to inspire you, not people that want to use and abuse others. I want to see the poor become hopeful, and not only hopeful, but energetic because they now believe in themselves. And I want to see the middle class get richer. I've laid out a plan, and I've shown you as many things that are coming in the future as possible. You've already seen a lot of them come to pass. I don't know when all of these things will happen fully. Nobody does. But we see these cycles. These cycles are very easy to identify, and they're very repeatable. And they're repeating right now. And there's going to be a fake out coming this next year with interest rates dropping a little bit. Everything looking really good, when in all reality, the world is lying to you while they're exiting, while they're leaving. Most people that want to get ahead by cheating. How many of you are sick and tired of watching people get ahead by cheating, stealing, and lying? I know what it's like. But I also know the parable of the man that gains wealth little by little over time, not only gets wealthier, but is able to hold on to that wealth. And the one that gains wealth instantly, overnight, loses it just as fast. We see this with lottery winners. They make TV shows about it. Remember, the only thing separating you from your dreams and your reality right now is a plan. Do you have a plan on how to take advantage of this crash? If you are not paying down debt, getting focused, paying more attention to the people you should hang out with and not the ones that you shouldn't be, then you are going to be part of the problem and not part of the solution. And I want this to be the greatest opportunity, not only of your life, but mine. How does it become the greatest opportunity of mine? I already know that it's coming. I've already prepared. And I continue to prepare. Is because I want you there with me. I get to meet you, everyone here. I get to meet you every day. Every day, wherever I am in the country and we've seen in the world, I run into people that watch these channels. And I'm so grateful. I will be your cheerleader. I believe in you. I believe in you because I had to believe in me. And even right now, there are things that I doubt about myself that I'm constantly fighting, I'm constantly battling. But just like I'm telling you to have a written plan, tell me where you want to be and then start writing a plan of how you're going to get there. And if you look at it every day, you dwell on it, you're going to make that plan a reality. It takes work to be successful. This is not a get rich quick overnight. We're also not talking about a small opportunity. We're not talking about just like buying Apple stock, holding it and it going up. We're talking about something a lot bigger. This real estate crash is going to be epically awesome. It's going to take some time to get there. But I laid out the plan for you. I continue to put more content as time changes for you because I want you to see things ahead of time. I want you to hear about it from me ahead of time so that you see it and then you say, okay, now I see what he's saying. So there's a reason why I make these goofy videos. I know I'm being serious now, but see, I'm trying to separate the wheat from the chaff. They both look similar, but the weeds grow up amongst the good, solid people. And I'd rather have an army that's small but has heart than an army of masses that don't really want to be there. They don't have any skin in the game. They just want to take from each other, rape and pillage. That's not what we're here for. We're here for the greatest opportunity ever. The economy is crashing. Who's going to take advantage of it? The banks, the politicians, or are you? Type your answer down below. Thank you to everybody that makes this channel possible by sharing the videos the subscribe button, the bell icons, all that stuff. Just thank you for your heart. Remember, they can take a lot of things away from you, but they can't take away what's in your mind and what's in your heart. They say it all the time. You could take a rich man, take all of his money away, and he'll be rich again in a certain amount of time. But you can give a bunch of money to a poor person, and they're going to lose it. It's just like sand going through your hand. Just as fast as it goes into your hand, it falls out. Are you ready for this? I hope you have a great day. Real Estate Ninja is out.